Ryan mentioned that he wanted to break Tank's jaw.
He was winning the fight. Then he started
he frankly said that he was looking to break Tank's jaw. Is that something that you can see taking place on fight night?
Absolutely, and I'm going to tell you why. He's done it before. He's done it before. He
Just
broke
recently, a couple months ago, he broke a sparring partner's jaw. I heard through the grapevine of Southern California boxing that he had to be taken to the hospital directly after sparring.
And I felt bad for that guy because they were bigger gloves. He had a headgear. But Ryan caught him with that quick left hook and cracked him. And he turned around. He knew me. He goes, Mr. Garcia, he goes, I think Ryan broke my jaw, and his whole mouth was bleeding. It was an ugly scene, and we right away called the ambulance. But I'm telling you, when you piss off Ryan, when you get him very upset, and whatever he says, he's going to be looking for that. He's going to be looking for it. So be careful. I'm telling you, be careful when you really upset Ryan. Be careful because he will come after you.
Today,
cautiously.
But we just saw Ryan. For all intents and purposes, it looks like Ryan is starting to get into fight mode, get a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, a little bit of anger. I heard him say that tomorrow, if there were to be any touches from Tank Davis, that he would respond immediately unkind. What do you have to say about that?
I always told my son, you can fight one person, but you can't fight an army. So why worry about what's happening around you? You got a person in front of you. That's all you got to worry about. And to be honest with you, he looks drained, and I'm worried about that. I'm not kidding you. I'm worried about him because when somebody is drained like him, and you know he looks drained, you can't tell me he doesn't.
What was it about Tank that made you feel like
pale? He's pale. And when somebody's pale, you got lack of strength, you got lack of vitamins, and you've really drained yourself. So he must have been weighing more than Ryan before the fight was announced. So I'm worried because a rehydration, by the time you actually rehydrate, it starts from here, and the last thing that gets rehydrated is the brain. And that's why people get knocked out.
Mr. Garcia,
mark my words, a doctor told me that. And I've always told Ryan, you got to be on point. You got to make sure that we got everything working. You can't get on the sauna and just be drained and say, hey, I made weight. No. You got to be balanced. You look at my son, you know he looks healthy. You know he does. Come on. You know he does, right? He's got color. He looks handsome. He looks shiny. You look at Tank, he looks drained. That's bad for him. Because the last thing that's going to rehydrate is his brain. Trust me, tomorrow he's still going to look drained. And you're going to look at my son. I want you to look at that and take a picture and say, oh my God, his father's right.
Mr. Garcia, the creativity that your son used to build his brand and help build his star, when did you first notice that? And did you feel the momentum building in real time as it was happening?
Absolutely, because again, as the early days that he works out and the way he...
You want me to come down there?
His quickness, his speed, his technique, the people he spars, the places that we went to, we went all over. When you see that, you know it's special. You know it is. And there's only one thing I told him. I said, always remember this. If you really want to capture the crowd, you have to understand one word.
How do you stop your son from being too greedy on fight night? We've seen a lot of guys fight Tank. They've had success. They've been able to land pot shots here and there. But it seems like once you reach your hand too far into the jar, you get clipped, you get knocked out. How do you guys avoid that on Saturday night?
Well, the question is this, okay?
Look, I never...
Again,
I would never describe
when you have stipulations, the ones that they've brought on my son,
than people might suspect. Yes.
They're the ones that are afraid
But
to
then
put their
again,
hands in the pot because of that.
Easy is
We
a very,
just fight. We just fight. I mean, if you tell us to fight, if I tell my son to fight, if I tell him to fight, I'm not going to say, well, we're going to fight this guy, but we're going to tell him that he's got to have this He's got to have a rehydration clause. He's got to make sure that, you know, we're going to give him an enormous amount of fees if he doesn't reach these conditions. I mean, what does that tell you? What does that tell you as a reporter when you hear that? You think he would say the same, have the same stipulations on Haney and Lomachenko? You think he would say the same thing to them?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Has he ever? Exactly. He's never had. Why Ryan? Just why Ryan? Answer me that.
Oscar De La Hoya touched on the lack of confidence that he felt from the camp, the Davis camp in general. Is that something that you guys, in the making of the fight, when you heard these stipulations, did you guys have conversations like you guys are absolutely crazy? I know there had to be some sort of conversations that you had, or did you guys just say, forget it, go with everything? Because did he consult you prior to signing up for the rehydration clause?
As a father, for me, I didn't hear any of that. The stuff. I was just like, they would just say, hey, well, you got to make a rehydration clause. That's the only thing I heard. But other than that, I didn't really hear anything. So it was, you know, Ryan's not worried about it because it's like he's never fought higher than 140 anyway. He has he?
Oh, okay.
Never. He's always been lower. 135, 136, 139. You know, with Fortuna, that's what he weighed. But he never exceeded 140. So why worry about that? I would worry if they said you have to drop to 122, Ryan. And I would say, now we're in trouble, Ryan. Because now they're really draining you. And then I probably wouldn't qualify. But 136 and a rehydration cause of 10 pounds. That's like, man, you fall right into our trap here. You fell right into it because we go there. I'm not going to have Ryan go 3 weight classes. Every 5 pounds is a different weight class, right? You think I want Ryan to jump from 135 to 147? I don't mind going from 135 to super lightweight and to junior welterweight. I would love that, and that's what we're doing. That's good enough for us.
Go.
Tank TV.
As soon as they're done.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. 7 minutes. Should we get the group in? Or is it not?
They're all in. It's already in.
All right, Kel, go ahead.
They're still talking. They're still talking.
Is your mic on, do you know?
Huh?
Is your mic on?
Yeah.